My cousin tried to outbid me on my dream house at the auction just to spite me. So I let him win, then quietly bought the property next door and built a fence that blocked his ocean view. Now he's begging me to sell. I'm 34. I've been an architect for 9 years, and I've been saving for this specific property since I was 26. Every bonus, every tax return, every wedding gift I didn't spend. $127,000 sitting in a savings account earmarked for one thing. A 1963 beach cottage in Laguna with direct ocean views. My cousin Derek is 35. We grew up 3 houses apart. Our moms are sisters, and Derek has spent his entire life turning everything into a competition I never agreed to enter. When I got a Honda Civic at 17, he convinced his parents to lease him a BMW. When I got into UC Berkeley, he suddenly wanted Stanford. He didn't get in, but he made sure everyone knew he aimed higher. The property went up for auction in March. I'd walked past it probably 200 times. I knew the foundation was solid. I knew the plumbing needed work. I even knew the original owner, Mrs. Chen, who'd lived there for 40 years before moving to a care facility. I told my mom I was bidding. Big mistake. She mentioned it at a family dinner, and Derek overheard. Auction day, I showed up 45 minutes early. Paperwork ready. Pre-approval letter from the bank. I'd set my absolute max at $340,000. That was it. That was everything I had. Then Derek walked in, wearing sunglasses indoors, smirking. He sat directly behind me. Didn't say hi. Just sat there, cracking his knuckles. Bidding started at $280K. I raised my paddle. Derek raised his. I went $285K. He went $287K. Every single time I bid, he'd bid right after, and loud enough so people turned around. At $320K, someone behind me whispered, "Are they related?" I hit $340,000. My absolute ceiling. The auctioneer looked at me, then at Derek. Derek leaned forward and whispered in my ear, "You really thought you could afford this?" And he raised his paddle. $342,000. The room went silent. The auctioneer asked if I'd counter. I turned around, looked Derek dead in the eyes, smiled, and said, "It's all yours, cousin." He won, and you should have seen his face. Pure joy. Not because he wanted the house, because he beat me. I walked out. He stayed to sign paperwork. And on my way to the parking lot, I saw something I'd noticed before but never really considered. The lot next door, empty, overgrown. A "for sale by owner" sign with a faded phone number. I called it that night. An 83-year-old woman named Dorothy answered. Turned out I knew her. I designed her kitchen remodel 2 years earlier when she still lived in the area. She'd since moved to Scottsdale to be near her daughter. "I'm so glad you called," she said. "I've been trying to sell that lot for a year. No one wants it. Too narrow, they say. I bought it for $90,000. Cash offer, closed in 3 weeks." Derek never noticed. He was too busy posting Instagram stories. New chapter, manifesting abundance. Grind pays off. I stayed quiet, filed the permits, hired Miguel, my contractor friend from college, and then I did my homework. City zoning code allowed privacy structures up to 12 feet on residential properties. No exceptions needed. No variances, just a standard building permit. I designed a modern cedar fence, 12 feet tall, staggered vertical slats, architectural, clean, expensive looking, and positioned perfectly along the western property line. It blocked 90% of Derek's ocean view. Construction took 5 weeks. Derek didn't notice until week 3 when the frame went up. That's when I got the first text. "Dude, what is that?" I didn't respond. A week later, "Landon, seriously, that fence is insane. Can we talk?" Still didn't respond. Then he called. I answered. "Hey Derek, what the hell, man? That fence blocks my entire view." "It's within code," I said calmly. 12 feet, totally legal. "Legal? Are you serious? This is family." "You're right," I said. "Family shouldn't humiliate each other at public auctions." He hung up. 2 months later, he listed the house. $475,000. Overpriced, but that was Derek. Confident the market would reward him. It didn't. The first showing, the realtor called him afterward. The buyers loved it until they saw the fence. They said it feels claustrophobic. He dropped the price to $450K, then $425K, then $399K. No offers. His realtor eventually told him the truth. The fence is the problem. Buyers in this area expect unobstructed views. You're competing with properties that have them. 3 months after listing, Derek's dad called me. "My uncle, Landon, I know you and Derek have had your differences, but he's in a tough spot. Any chance you consider helping him out?" I said I'd think about it. Last week, Derek showed up at my apartment. No warning. Just knocked on the door. I opened it and there he was. Hair messy. No sunglasses. He looked hired. "I'll sell it to you," he said quietly. "At cost. $342K. I just need out. I'm losing $4,000 a month on the mortgage." I nodded slowly. "I'll think about it." "Landon, please. I messed up. I shouldn't have done that at the auction. I was being a jerk. Just please." I looked at him for a long moment. Then I said, "You know what, Derek? I'm good." And I closed the door. That afternoon, I set up a hammock on my lot, positioned it facing his side of the fence, poured myself an iced coffee, and sat there in the sun. Some lessons cost $342,000.